ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and dudes of all teenagers, as well as the gals. I'm here, and y'all are there. I'm presenting about the 2010s. Yes, Marcos.
Move.
Can everyone see?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Get up.
Doug.
Come on, let's go.
Ethan,
What?
move back down.
What am I doing?
Got it. I'll feed the slide.
Okay.
Just tilt it from over there.
What do you mean tilted? What are you talking about? Can we kick Marcos out?
I don't care. I'm fine with that. I leave my Cheetos in student services.
Okay, well, let's start. I got it.
Okay, go. Alright, book it. Alright, so influential figures of the 2010s. Hong Kong people protesting about an extradition bill because they want to move Hong Kong prisoners to China. Hong Kong people weren't having that, right? So they keep fighting for the freedom of China. We have graffiti here, Pepe the Frog, and text from, so Pepe the Frog is a symbol of freedom for the Hong Kong people. And the text here is a piece of Patrick Henry's speech in support of the American Revolution. Go. More influential figures, Elon Musk. He changed the space and automobile industry with its ambitious ideas, like reusing rocket parts and fairings so we don't clog up space with pollution and earth with pollution, and also his weird idea of transferring humans into Minecraft. Stefan Burnett, musician, lead singer of Death Grips. He was an activist against drug and violence and shaped many people in the 2010s. Technological advancements of the 2010s. So the first robotic arm was made for people who lost their arms. Algae is being converted into biofuel instead of having to rely on unrenewable energies. SpaceX reused rocket boosters and rocket fairings, saving money for the company and reducing pollution.
Excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt. Are there any students in here that's going to FPC and you want to participate in ACE or the IB or the honors program? If so, please go to the multi-purpose room.
I'm going to FBC second semester.
If you're going to FPC, you would like to be participating in ACE or ICE or IB, you can go now. If not, stay in your seat.
Oh, I forgot about the live slide. Oh my god. Okay, military conflicts in the 2010s. So President Obama decided to pull out of Iraq, saying that the mission was completed. The war in Afghanistan pursues after almost a decade, now going to be almost 2 decades after we started the war. Yemen erupted in the civil war, and Russian-backed separatists in Ukraine started a war against the government called the War in Donbass. So the war on terror expanded to Africa since Al-Qaeda spread its influence inside of Africa in countries such as Kenya, renaming them as Al-Shabaab. Syrian rebels started a revolution against the president Bashar al-Assad after committing multiple war crimes, and Kurdish forces in Syria are attacked by the Turkish military. Music of the 2010s. In the 2010s, a bunch of different genres, like multiple subgenres of rap, such as SoundCloud rap and mumble rap. More experimental music was on the rise, such as Death Grips and Karakura Veneno. There was also a rise of 1980s aesthetic in the music, slowing down 80s and 90s songs, calling it vaporwave. Blank Banshee is one of the most popular examples. Yeah. Clothing of the 2010s. In the 2010s, we witnessed a rise of grunge-style clothing, as oversized sweaters with holes, ripped jeans, and Converse. There was also a trend of wearing expensive-style clothing that matched. Automobiles. In the 2010s, a lot of car companies decided to go with electric or hybrid model cars to prevent the use of gasoline. Tesla's a really good example of this. More Korean car companies, such as Kia, decided to take up a good percent of the market. The movie industry. In the 2010s, the movies were very diverse. We were remaking movies from the 90s and 80s. Many companies also started using streaming services such as Netflix and Disney, which carried a wide variety of movies with the consent of other companies. Some movies also gained high controversy, such as The Joker, for supposedly wanting to start a message of violence. Internet culture. Humor was damaged in the 2010s. So the internet was probably the biggest war zone that we could ever think of. With anonymous messaging boards such as 4chan and 8chan, trying to destroy anything on the internet. Big comedians also helped the internet, such as Sam Hyde and Joe Rogan of the famous Joe Rogan podcast. Websites started attacking each other for absolutely no reason but just to do funnies. This is a guy from 4chan. Places like Instagram also post memes with mainly really no context and just decide to put it out there. And cursed images, which are just random images of boiling pizza and a raccoon in a toilet bowl. So. Internet culture. YouTube exploded a lot. A lot of classic YouTubers. Filthy Frank, a good example, who had different characters,
Salamander
Pink Eye
Man.
and Salamander Man. We have iDubbbz, who would also work with Filthy Frank and do stupid stuff. Max Mofo, who would unpack Pokemon cards and tour Japan and do skits with people like Filthy Frank. And of course, we have Anything for Views, who would help alongside of all three of those. There was also a big rise of commentary of YouTube videos, which would record gameplay and talk about something. People on the platform gained lots of attention, such as Pyrocynical and Leafeus here.
Yeah.
Then one of my favorite YouTubers is Exogenes Etiquette, who makes videos about political ideology and as well as art.
Mr. Beast.
American politics. At the beginning of the 2010s, we had President Obama in office, and then in the end, we had President Trump. Huge efforts were made to make free healthcare, such as Obamacare. Political parties argued if we should still have American troops in the Middle East. And current President Donald Trump is facing an impeachment trial for trying to get Ukraine to interfere with the 2020 election. Global issues. Many issues that happened in governments in the 2010s, such as Brexit, the trade war for the United States and China, and the Iran nuclear bill, which the United States decided to pull out of earlier this year or last year, and the British exit of the European Union. Video games. Video games got really popular in the 2010s, more like how we haven't seen ever before. Fallout New Vegas, Death Stranding, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, favorites, Farm, good. Indie games made huge impacts, such as Enter the Gungeon, other games. Cloud-based gaming services also made a climb, like Disney Plus, Netflix, and Hulu, but instead with video games, and you didn't need a lot of internet to do it. Here's Norman Reedus from Death Stranding, showing you the nearest wall. Minecraft, probably one of the biggest games of the 2010s. The ending.
Oh.
That's Diogenes Etiquette. Nostalgia Critic, another famous YouTuber, and Chris Chan, one of the biggest internet figures. The 2010s are horrible. For some people, not for me. I practically enjoyed it. Doug Walker, Christian Weston Chandler, made this decade amazing for the internet. But all in all, we're still alive, and in the end, that's really all that matters.